Eric in Florida joins us. Hi, Eric. What do you have for me?
Great show, Dan. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there a college basketball program out there that you would actually be shocked if the head coach was involved in what we're discussing? Thank you.
All right. Duke. If it's Coach K and Duke. Now, do I think that things go on? Improper benefits? Yeah. It feels like every school to a certain degree. And sometimes you may commit a violation. You don't even know you committed a violation. But I'm not naive enough to, if the greatest coach in basketball history, John Wooden, didn't know what was going on, that sounds surprising. And as much as I'd love John Wooden, you got a guy who was they knew that Sam Gilbert was handing out money, getting players to go to UCLA. I don't know who got paid, how much they got paid, but that was a well-known secret, not so secret. Duke gets some of the best players in the country. Are they just going there for the education? Are they going there just to get the national exposure? Are they going there to play for Coach K? I mean, just apply logic to this. That's all. Yes, Eden.
But at this point, couldn't they?
Well, they're not staying there for the education.
Right.
The education is not important to them.
I don't mean the education, but
exposure.
Just the exposure, and it's Coach K, and this is a fast track into stardom for sure.
But you get exposure everywhere now. Not just Duke. If Zion Williamson went to Syracuse is on national TV more often. They're going to be featured. Carmelo went there, and Syracuse, you feature them. If Zion Williamson went to Kansas, UCLA, Kevin Durant went to Texas, and they featured Texas more.
So, this is going to sound so naive, but I feel like at a certain point, programs should be able to outgrow paying things. Like, to me, if you have to pay players, you're just trying to level the playing field in a way where you're a smaller school and you're trying to compete with the Dukes and North Carolinas and Syracuse and all of them. It feels like that should be a move to level the playing field, but maybe the playing field is already so uneven that even the bigger schools have to do that too.
We're talking about Kansas.
Yeah, I know. Kansas.
We're talking about Louisville. So these are marquee teams, Hall of Fame coaches. So Duke's the outlier? Duke's the one that doesn't do this?
No.
Or North Carolina did? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I have to approach this with logic and just say, all right, certain things may not add up. They're, questioning this. If it's happening at other schools, big-time schools with Hall of Fame coaches, I'd be naive to go, can't happen at Duke. I would hope it wouldn't because of my respect for Coach K. But, hey, I've been surprised before. Yes, Steve.
I just wonder if the difference between, again, it sounds naive, but the difference between playing at Kansas and playing at Duke is $100,000.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. But I think you're right in how do we get this guy? There are times when you get it. Remember when Mississippi was getting all of those football recruits? And you're going, I got Treadwell, Kimdiche, and I'm going, man, how did that happen?
How's that happen?
Yeah, going to Miss.
Blue chips too.
Yeah, and I'm going, that doesn't sound right. Yes, Paul.
You go back to Cam Newton, Mississippi State football would dream to have a quarterback like that. They did have Dak Prescott, but at the time, when the rumor was that Mississippi State went after, or boosters went after Cam Newton, offered $125, that changes the Mississippi State program if they get Cam Newton.
Yes.
For maybe a decade.
Because you're there for 3 years. So my investment with you as a football player can turn out to be a great investment. Because, Cam with 1 year after going Florida, then JUCO, and then going to Auburn, and they win a national title. And that impact, is still being felt with what he meant to Auburn football. And I get a football player for 3 years. Basketball, I only get I'm paying 6 figures for 1 year. And I'm not casting aspersions on Coach K as much as I am the entire college basketball landscape here. That if, Bill Self's name is attached to his chief recruiter, he's a Hall of Fame coach with the number 1 team in the country. So it's not one of those where you go, hey, what do we do to keep up with Duke? What are we doing to keep up with Kentucky? Oh. If I'm a 5-star recruit, I'd have my hand out too. If my family needed it, if they didn't need it, now my dad would never let that happen. But if you're in a single family, if you're inner city, if you don't have the money, and this is a chance to help improve your family's life, living situation. Absolutely. Because you know what? By the time somebody finds out about it, I'm gone. And that's the way these kids approach this. But what has happened before is you will have financial guys set up annuities for a family. I mean, trace that one. That was the way they used to do it in the 80s in football. Most people don't get caught, by the way. This was really rare what happened. Now, I don't know if the NCAA goes, oh, we sort of see the formula here. Now we can follow this. It's always been the shoe companies. In the last 20 years, the shoe companies are so powerful. And then you control the program. I have the coach under contract. I got access. It's not like I have to go through somebody who goes through somebody who goes through somebody. I can just say to coach, hey, I need to talk to your recruiter here. Okay, what about? I got a couple of guys for you. Yeah, see.
Man, is it tough having Zion Williamson, that the recruiter for Kansas, saying Zion was asking for cash.
Yes. And living situation, I think, for his family.
Oh, boy, is that tough.
Yep.
That's tough.
So he didn't ask that from anybody else? Just Kansas? Did he not get something and go, okay, well, I'm just going to go to the best school and play for the best coach? Like, okay. You just, sometimes when you get that close and you go, oh, damn. Like, it's not pretty.
I mean, what makes sense?
Yes.
What makes sense here?
Yeah. And that's usually that's the logic I apply to almost all these situations. What is just logic here? Yeah, Paul.
What would worry me is if I ran a college football program and I saw what the FBI just did, are they going to go college football next? They got a lot of headlines, these investigators for the FBI. Do they say, hey, this is another high-profile thing we can keep churning into? We can go after college football programs next.
NCAA doesn't want to catch anybody.
No.
No, why would you?
They're playing golf.
Yeah, why? But why would you want to ruin your sport or stain your sport? They just want TV deals. They just want to know how many billions are we getting for March Madness? The national title game, 14 playoff. If they go to 8, just the amount of money. That's all this is. It's business. Nothing more, nothing less. Business.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.